welcome back to my channel. So today I want to teach you guys how to do an ollie on your skateboard. I personally love doing tutorial videos on skateboarding just because I don't think there are enough girls out there posting their tutorials on how to do skateboarding tricks. I just think it's nice having a variety of different people teaching you tutorials. So if seeing a girl teaching you how to do a skateboarding trick resonates with you better, or just someone that's like you, this tutorial's for you. It's also just nice seeing a beginner teach you these tricks as well. Of course, it's nice coming from a professional, but sometimes it's nice hearing what a beginner has to say because they just recently went through a lot of trial and error to learn the trick that you're currently trying to learn. So I hope you guys like this tutorial. Let's get started. Grab your skateboard. So the first thing that I would recommend when learning an ollie is where you want to learn it. I recommend learning on the grass at first. When I first started learning how to ollie on harder surfaces, I would hold on to a fence. I still do this just like when I'm learning other tricks. I think it is just a confidence builder. So once you're comfortable learning on grass and you want to try on a hard surface, I recommend finding like a fence, or like I'll hold on to like my car roof rack bars. They hang off like of my car a little bit, but like just finding something that you can hold on to give you that little extra support. But yeah, so start on grass, then move to a stationary ollie on a hard surface, and I'd recommend starting holding on to a fence or something to give you a little bit of more support. So the basics of an ollie is there's a pop, there's a flick, and then land. The catch is it's a lot harder than that. So the first thing that I would just get used to is getting your feet in the right position. So whenever I start learning how to ollie, my front foot is behind the bolts and my back foot is right about here. And I just want to get used to the feeling of the first phase, which is the pop. So I will put more pressure on my back foot and just practice that. So once you have your balance down for just practicing that little pop movement, I would then practice the flick. So this is what I would do. Okay, get my feet in position. So I practice pop, and then I'm going to roll my foot, slide it this way. You don't want to slide it out, you don't want to slide it back. These are for other tricks. Slide it up, okay? So practice that again, so it's going to look like this. Up, flick. So if you made it this far, the next thing that I would do is pretending to land on your board. This just gives you a little bit more confidence before you actually do it. So it's gonna look a little like this. So get in position, and we're gonna go pop, flick, land. Okay, we're almost there. So after you get used to that, maybe you practice that for a week. Maybe you get really into it and practice it for like 6 hours straight and you're ready to try to ollie. So now it's just like trial and error, and try to put it together. So it's gonna look like this. I'm tired. Okay, so if you noticed, I popped, I flicked, and then I hopped, and I brought my back foot up to the same level or close to my front foot. So my board is flat like this. I think the hardest part about ollieing is not being able to bring that back foot up. So your ollie kind of looks like this because you can't really bring that back foot up. And I think this is gonna look silly, but what I didn't understand is why I couldn't bring my back foot up, and I didn't get it until I got it without my skateboard. And this is gonna look funny, but I practiced this for hours, and then guess who got an ollie? Me. So if your back foot is not lifting off of the ground, I don't think you're understanding that when you pop, your back foot needs to meet the same level that your front foot's at, so it levels out your board. So maybe practice this without your board. It'll go to this if you practice without your board and understand how to move both of your feet and put all of the steps together without your board. If you can put all of your steps together without your board first, it's going to be much easier. See how I bring my back foot to an equal level height as my front foot? That's what you want to practice without your skateboard. And yes, I know it looks stupid, but it works. It looks stupid, but it works. Okay, so that silly tip was what made me go from not being able to pick up my back foot at all to being able to level out my ollie perfectly. So I highly recommend that if the hardest thing that you're struggling with is not being able to bring up that back foot. I hope these tips helped you. Again, if you are about to go grab your board and give ollieing a try, start out on the grass, and if that feels comfortable, maybe start out on hard ground with something to hold on to, such as like a fence, or I don't know, you could get creative. But those are some easy things. Once you get used to that, practice just stationary ollies on the hard ground or grass without holding on to anything for support. The next step for that really is just starting to do a rolling ollie and just go at a very slow pace at first and practicing getting used to ollieing with some more momentum. Once that's easy, I'd recommend maybe popping over some things, such as, I practice like just popping over something as small as a broomstick. You'd be surprised how intimidating just a broomstick on the ground could be. But it takes a while, it takes a lot of practice and consistency, but I wish you guys all the luck, and if you thought that this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of my content, I typically create videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Please follow me if you like my content. So I'll see you guys on Wednesday, and thanks for watching.